Hello everyone, welcome to another beautiful episode of our Teachers Spotlight by STREF. My name is Dion and I'm the founder of STREF and I'll be your host for today. Thank you for taking the time to see this video, and today I have a very amazing, interesting and fantastic young man on set. He is a STEM teacher, a STEM instructor, and he's going to be talking to us more about himself. He is our teacher on Spotlight today. So you're welcome, Mr. Prince.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming and set with us today.
Amazing.
So tell us about you.
Okay, so I would start by thanking you for the opportunity to be on set.
You are welcome.
It's just so amazing hearing and seeing what you do with teachers in Kano.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you do. So basically, my name is Prince Achoja, and I'm a founder first of a fintech company in Kano. It's called Kodikan. What we try to do is to provide payments and savings service for businesses and individuals in rural communities.
Okay.
And then secondly, I am also the executive director and founder of a STEM organization in Kano called STEMLab.
Okay.
At STEMLab, what we're trying to do is to foster innovation and creativity using the STEM pedagogy, especially with young people.
Interesting.
Currently, we're working with around about 60 young people, where we try to bring them in, scale them, build them, and launch them for impact.
Yeah.
We have currently about 9 startups in health, in edtech, and in financial technology, like my company I just mentioned.
Yes.
Also, we are working with teachers from public and private schools, working with a lot of young people from rural communities and from public schools also.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're trying to do is to foster STEM technology in Kano State.
Okay, that's interesting. So why STEM? What triggered your interest in STEM, and how did you start this journey?
Yeah, okay, thank you so much also.
Yeah.
You know, when people hear the word STEM, their mind runs down to talking about trees and the rest, but STEM simply means science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Yeah.
So basically, I would say that my first collision with STEM education was in 2020.
Yeah.
I was working with an NGO then, and I had the opportunity to organize a STEM educators workshop in Kano in partnership with the state government.
Oh.
So I had about 60 public school teachers coming from all over the state. So then it was just like a town hall meeting where we needed to find out, okay, what's the problem with education in Kano from the teachers. We tried to get teachers from science, technology schools. So hearing from them and listening to some of their point of views made me say, okay, there's this major gap in education in Kano.
True.
And technology, which is STEM, can be able to bridge that gap. That's where I started my journey, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
So how's it been? What will you say has been the impact level since you started?
The journey has been beautiful, I must confess. Working with these teachers, we've been able to start up some STEM clubs in some schools with the help of the teachers.
Wow.
And what STEM basically means is just opening up the teachers and the kids to another angle of learning, where learning goes beyond the normal classroom norms to becoming more spontaneous, becoming more innovative and more creative around education. So I think for us, we've been able to impact over 1,000 young people in Kano, especially
through your
children.
Programs and
through
projects.
programs, workshop trainings, step-down trainings using the teachers and some of the school heads.
Oh, that's great. So what has been some of the challenges you might have encountered in fostering these things you've been doing?
Working in the north, basically, you are also from in the north, so you would understand. So working in the north, basically, I think the major challenge is them getting to accept technology. When we talk about STEM, basically, I know there's a part of the mathematics, but overall we're talking about virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and coding, programming. So all of this has to do with technology, basically. So getting to make those teachers from the north accept technology has been one of the major challenges. But we're getting it a day after a day. We're trying to have seminars and workshop and training sessions where we try to enlighten them and show them, okay, this is what is happening in other countries of the world. This is what is happening in the other side of Nigeria.
And you see, what you're doing is very important, you see, because you see, STEM education helps us to expose our people, expose children to current trends.
Exactly.
You know, we can't keep doing things traditionally. The world is evolving, and we have to also evolve. If not, we'll be left behind. The beautiful thing about STEM is, you see, as a people now, we are daily, you know, surrounded by technology.
I agree.
Your telephone, your TV set, your computer, and you can't just be an end user, a consumer. Africa now has to start taking her place in also being a part of the creators, bringing about the trends and driving it, not waiting for others to do it and then we consume. So I think what you're doing is really important, and a lot of more teachers, a lot more people need to catch this and also run with it. It's really going to be helpful to our people. I would like for you to say something about the education of the future. And I always say that the future is now. You see, one of the things I've observed about how the world has been evolving in technology, in science and all is, it's like a ripple. It starts somewhere and then it flows to other places. So there are some things that we might not have been doing now in Africa or in Nigeria, but it's coming. So how do our teachers begin to prepare themselves and position themselves to remain relevant when that time comes, especially in the area of technology?
Okay, so you say before I answer that question, I would also want to comment what you do basically with your organization, STREF.
Thank you.
Teachers are actually the foundation of learning, basically. Whatever you see had to go through the process of a teacher at one time or another in his life. So I must commend what you do with STREF. Thank you so much. So currently, it's no longer a news that the curriculum is failing rapidly. The quality of teachers is failing rapidly also, and the impact is showing on the kids, that is showing on the product we're producing from our universities, showing from the product we're producing from our secondary school. And if we need all of this to change, then we need to change the way education, the perception of education in general. And I think that is where STEM is coming in. So talking about what the future would stand for, education, especially in Nigeria, I'm seeing the future of education becoming solely ruled with technology. What I mean, for example, is if you are familiar with what we call virtual reality, a child necessarily, for example, in Kano, we can't count the number of science schools we have that are fully equipped with lab. So with virtual reality, we can be able to provide the science laboratory. They can have that experience. We can be able to provide this science laboratory in all of these public schools, to say that we cannot afford the tools, the microscope, the incubators and the rest, but we can give you this same experience using technology. So we can have platform. For example, my organization, we built a platform called Lencha. What that platform is trying to do is to provide ready books, ready lectures to children in public schools. So if they can't get this world-class books, they can get these world-class activities, but they can have a system in their school that can be able to offer them this immersive learning. That
bridges that gap, makes it available for them without them having to invest so much in bringing it there traditionally.
So the future for technology, the future for education will remain that we need to come in solely, the government, all the stakeholders will need to come in.
Teachers, school owners, parents,
and exactly what you're doing.
Organizations,
So organizations like yours and ours should come in the full picture of ensuring that STEM is fully introduced into all of these schools. I think that's the future.
Wow, that's interesting. It's been so nice having you on set.
Thank you so much.
I've learned so much from all you've said. I know one of the things I love about STEM is the fact that it brings real life situations into the classrooms. Like, you know, traditionally when we were being taught in school, especially from primary school, maybe you're just taught the regular curriculum, you learn your numbers, you learn your countings, your colors and the rest. But you see, STEM is now coming in with new contributions that sparks innovation, sparks creativity, sparks teamwork, and then leadership, trying to do things together, solving problems. There's something I saw somewhere. some children were taught how buildings are being done, and then they brought these little blocks, little blocks with cement and iron, just little ones, those miniature ones, and they are using them to show them how it's done in the real world, but brought through STEM kits and models, and they're able to bring that presentation into the classroom. And what they are going to learn in the classroom is what applies in the field. So you see, the advantage that STEM gives us is we don't just have theoretical knowledge of anything. You now have practical knowledge, practical and applicable knowledge of that thing. So thank you so very much for coming on set once again. What's going to be your final word to teachers and stakeholders in education that are listening to us right now from all around the world?
Okay, so I would say to everyone, the time is now. Actually, the time is now. The future that we want, we would create using education, and we would create using the right kind of education. So it is time for all stakeholders, teachers, school heads, principals, government, parastatals, organizations, institutions. It is time for us to put hands together. We can't keep going the way we are going with education. Like I said when I started, that the curriculum is failing. The level, the kind of teachers we're building is failing. It is showing in the products that we're releasing from the schools. And we can cause that change. We can transform it with the right kind of education. And that is why we must all embrace STEM education. Just for example, what you talked about, the kids learning to build from their early age.
In the classroom.
The brain for children is like elastic. So once you're able to harness the brain when they start at an early age, we're able to start now. That's why I said the time is now. We're able to start now and ensure that we integrate this STEM education, this STEM method from our kids from an early age. And then the future is bright for us all.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I want to call you now to follow us, click the subscribe button. Till I come your way next time, this is STREF, and we are all about dignifying the teaching profession. Thank you.